Are you embarrassed when people come over? It's okay, because today I'm going to share simple, impactful ways that you can instantly boost your curb appeal, no contractor required. First, I just want to talk a little bit about why curb appeal matters. It's so important because it's going to create that welcoming atmosphere for anybody that comes to your home. It also boosts the value of your home and sets the tone for the rest of your home. It's definitely that first impression when you think about how you get dressed for the day, or if you're going in for an interview and you really want to make a good first impression. The front of our home is that for our house. It talks a lot about who you are. How well you keep your home is going to give people first impressions of, what the inside is going to be like, maybe kind of even what the rest of your life is like. Are you organized, cleanly, styled? And it doesn't have to be perfect, but there are definitely things that matter. There's simple ways that you can do it, make it low maintenance and not have to stress over it. And I want to hit on those today so that I can give you easy ways. Most of these you can do in a weekend and really just ease that anxiety that a lot of people get when they have people over and set the tone even for the neighborhood, right? When we get frustrated about maybe how our neighbors keep their homes, I think as we take care of our homes and set the tone for our home, it helps kind of boost those around us and gives them a little bit of push to want to do their home as well. So to get started, I want to talk about the walkway up to your home. Everybody, is working with something different, so I can't get super specific, obviously, because I don't know what the front of your home looks like. But I think having a clear, uncluttered, clean walkway is the first step to really having an inviting home, to having someone excited to walk into your front door. Even just to have that person that's walking by be like, oh, this is a really nice house. The wider that we can get the pathway to be, also, it doesn't have to be extremely wide, but you want to make sure that there's room for people to walk through, even if they have like bags and stuff. You don't want them getting hit by bushes coming up to your front door. If you can either have gravel or pavers, or maybe yours is a concrete walkway up to your front door, that's great. Just keep that nice and clean, keep the bushes trimmed back, keep the grass mowed down. It just really helps to create that this is my front door, this is the path to get into my home, and it makes it easy. There's no resistance to get there. The other thing that goes a really long way, and we're talking about curb appeal and the front of your home, is either a nice wood front door or a freshly painted front door. Having seasonal wreaths up on your door, if that's something that you're willing to keep up with. You do not have to do that. You really only have to put it up once every few months, and it just does the work for you. So that is intentional. It makes people know that you care about the front of your home, that you want people to be greeted with something beautiful. And then also updating the hardware on your door. Maybe your door looks great, it's in good condition, but your hardware is a little bit dated or doesn't match the rest of the home. That's a really simple update that you can do, as well as think about the lighting and the numbers. If your house numbers are around the front of your door, or if they're not, but maybe they should be so that you can clearly see them. Adding a sconce or a lantern, maybe it's solar lights going down the walkway. Having good lighting around your front door is gonna help make it more inviting, especially obviously in those winter evenings when it's 3:30 and the sun's starting to set. At least where I live, it gets dark early. And so having really good lighting around the front of your house is going to help welcome people in even when it's dark and kind of cold outside. It makes people want to come into the warmth of your home. Those are really easy things that are right around the front of your door that's going to instantly make it feel fresh and inviting. You don't have to redo your entire porch. You don't have to repaint your entire home. Truly just thinking about your front door and making that your focal point is going to add so much to the curb appeal and how warm and inviting your home is. The next thing that really upgrades the front of your home is flowers. Planters and having pots and things like that around the front door is definitely going to welcome and invite people in. If you can do seasonal pots is really a great way. A couple easy hacks that I have for that is buying the pre-packaged planters that you can get at your local hardware or floral store, like a nursery, and you can take those pre-potted plants, and either if it fits into your pot, you can literally just take the hanging thing off of it and set it down into the pot without having to do anything else. If you want it to last a little bit longer, I think actually taking it out of the pot and then planting it into your actual pots. That way you don't have to think about, oh, how do I make it look good? What plants do I put together? It's already done for you and you can just swap it out. Another thing that is kind of an easy hack is doing like an evergreen. So if you can do a small evergreen shrub, I had like a spiraled juniper in my front porch pots for I think like 4 or 5 years before they outgrew the pot and then actually ended up dying. But 4 or 5 years without having to change the pots in the front of your house is really good. So if you're somebody that wants something more low maintenance, doing a small evergreen shrub is definitely a way to do that and still be inviting. And it actually looks really pretty in the wintertime. If you live somewhere where it snows, it feels really special through the winter. And then in the summer, if you feel up to it, you can plant little flowers along the base of an evergreen pot so that there is some color added into it with the evergreen. Another thing that I know people do is doing faux pots in the front of their house, which absolutely, like, I think better to do that than not have anything. If you are going to do that, I would recommend that you use high quality faux flowers and plants so that they look really good year after year. I think you'd still probably want to change them out every 3 years or so, but to have a plant that lasts for 3 years is a great way to boost your curb appeal and upgrade your curb appeal without having to have the maintenance of, you know, real flowers in the pots. I think another helpful tip as far as planting flowers is having a consistency in your color palette, whether that's a consistency with maybe other flowers that you already have planted around your home, or maybe it's a complementary color to the color of your home, the paint on your home. You might want some contrast to the paint color on your home so that your flowers don't just blend in with the house itself. And then also think about what the inside of your home looks like. What type of colors and feel is the inside of your home. If you have a really modern interior, then you're not going to want to have like really frilly kind of grandma style pots. Like you'll want to make sure that you have something maybe more like a spiky grass plant or something like that that has a more modern flair to it, more modern shape. So those things are good things to think about if you're not sure where to start with having plants in pots in front of your home. But definitely having flowers and some sort of evergreen around the front of your home, your front door, those are great ways to instantly make your home exciting to walk up to and invite your friends and your family in. We already talked about house numbers, but I'm gonna kind of hit it again in this little segment because it's really the details around your front door, your front porch, the front of your home that like boost that curb appeal. So having really quality, beautiful house numbers that go with your home, the style of your home, making sure that it's well lit. If you have a mailbox in the front of your house, like I have a mailbox that's attached to the wall right by my front door. So making sure that's something that fits with the front of your home. Even if yours is like on a post out by the sidewalk, upgrade your mailbox. That's a huge way to keep your home from feeling kind of dated and sad. And then of course, layer a rug with your doormat. If you have a really nice large doormat, you don't necessarily need to layer, but a way to upgrade your standard Target doormat is to have an outdoor rug underneath it with your smaller doormat on top. It gives it that fun layered look. It adds texture. Again, it just seems very intentional and thoughtful. Really inexpensive, under $100 for sure. You can hose them off and they last year after year. If you want to do them and switch them out seasonally, that's a fun way to have seasonal decor in the front of your home. You can just pick something that flows for all the seasons. It's a great way, again, to make the front of your home feel intentional, to let people know that you care about their experience as they walk in your home, and you just don't want to be embarrassed when someone knocks on your door. Maybe it's a new neighbor or somebody. These are great ways to just make them feel like, oh my goodness, I'm excited to meet the person that's inside this home, or I'm excited to see my friend and spend time with my friend. It's just, they're really things that I think subconsciously we notice as we walk up to a house. Okay, if you've done all those small, easy changes and you're still feeling like the outside of your home is a little bit tired, here are some bigger things that you can do to freshen up your curb appeal and the entryway of your home, and really your entire home for that matter. So obviously first is paint. A fresh paint job goes a really long way. Even if you just can do like trim, if you have shutters on your home, or maybe you should need to add some shutters to give your home a little bit more character and interest. Those are great ways to freshen up your home. Maybe it's new garage doors even if your garage doors aren't visible from the front of your house, but especially if they are, doing upgraded garage doors to like a wood look or a real wood, or even fresh paint to your garage door. Sometimes just power washing the exterior of your home just to get the dirt off really helps a lot too. That's more of a quick semi-quick. Power washing a whole home can take quite a while, but that's the easier thing to do than painting the house, of course. And then last but not least, the landscaping goes such a long ways. You can do some fresh mulch or some hedges around the front of your home, add some color to your flower beds. Just really think through how much effort you want to put in. It's really easy to put in plants that don't need a ton of energy. If that is what keeps you from planting flowers, you can have things that come back year after year that take minimal maintenance. I have boxwoods in front of my home that I have never touched since I planted them 4 years ago, and they're looking great. And I do have a drip line connected to them so that in the summer we get pretty warm weather here. They are watered without me having to think twice about it. Other than some watering, if you're not able to do drip lines, putting in some low maintenance flowers, low maintenance hedges. Again, evergreens are great. There are evergreens that flower, like rhododendrons, cherry laurels. There's different types of evergreens that flower if you don't want to deal with the flowers that die back every year. Putting some energy and effort into your landscaping definitely is a major way to help add that curb appeal, invite people over, give your whole neighborhood really at that point is going to be boosted for the work that you're doing to your home. And like I mentioned in the beginning, if you want a way to put a little fire under your neighbors' booties to get their houses taken care of, the more that you tend and love on your home and keep your home, the more that your neighbors are going to feel prompted to do at least something. Maybe not as much as you, but it does help. So I just hope that this was super helpful for you. I hope that you were able to get some quick tips for things that you can do to boost your curb appeal. As always, please write comments. Let me know if you have questions. If there's anything specific that you would like answers to, leave me a comment. I would love to interact with you, and keep subscribing and liking so that my channel keeps growing and that I can keep giving you helpful hints for your home. Thanks for being here, and I'll see you on the next one.